everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am just getting ready and I thought, okay, now is the perfect time to film the Q&A that I've been asking questions for on my Instagram. A lot of you have been asking me questions and I just thought, I don't have time to film this video. So while I'm literally getting ready, I figured now is the time to start answering those questions. So please ignore the towel on my head, ignore the fact that I've had to pull this down behind me so that I can film. I know it's not the most beautiful aesthetic setup, but I want to get this video out because you guys have been waiting for the answers to these questions. So let's just get into it. So the first question is, will you go back to teaching when your youngest starts full-time school, or will you look at a new career? If you haven't been keeping up with me on my Instagram, you probably won't know that I got the job, that teaching job that I applied for. In my last video I showed you kind of prepping for that. I actually got that job. I am back being a teacher, but it is absolutely not a stressful kind of teaching job. So I've been praying about what I need to do with my life, like so confused over everything. And I really feel that God has just given me this job and it is everything that I need right now. So there's no pressure, it is supply work. So if I don't want to go back tomorrow, I don't have to go back. Literally supply work, no contract. But it is a long-term supply position, so it's for the full year and it's every morning. So Ryan's at school, he's my oldest, Thomas is my youngest, he's at nursery on a morning. So I was just sitting in the house anyway, so it makes sense for me to work while they are both out, and then I get to come back, pick Thomas up and spend the whole afternoon with him, and then I can go and collect Ryan from school. So I'm still able to do the school run and things, which is what I really hate the thought of being a teacher and looking after other people's children and not getting to spend any time with my own other than like after work, 5 o'clock-ish. So it's totally worked out great. And the other good thing about it is that I get to work in year 1 on a Monday afternoon, which is a kind of 5 and 6 year olds. And that gives me national curriculum experience, because for the last 12 years, I've literally only worked in early years, nursery and reception. So this gives me more chance of being able to apply for a job when both boys are in school, because I'll have more experience. Have you got or tried the Filament Bible? No, I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. I will have to Google that. I'm always on the lookout for new Bibles. As you know, every year I like to get a new one for Christmas and then spend that year kind of marking it up, rereading it, seeing what new things I uncover. What type of church do you go to? I would love to start going, but would be on my own, so I'm not sure. Okay, so I go to the church that my parents brought me up in. So it is a very small local church. It's in the village that I actually live in, and we have about 50 members, but those people are literally like family to me because they've known me since I was a baby. I am the youngest there by probably, well, there's me and 2 other women who are probably all in our late 30s, early 40s. And everybody else is kind of, I don't think there's anyone in their 50s. I think everyone's like 60s onwards. So it's a very small church with kind of an older population, but a lot of those people are on fire for Jesus, filled with the Holy Spirit, and I'm able to learn a lot from them. And yeah, I've gone there my whole life. And then when I had Ryan, I don't know if Thomas was born, yeah, Thomas was a baby, I tried some other churches because obviously with it being an older population church, there's not a lot of children there and there's not a lot of people my age there. So I did try some city centre churches, which were like amazing. They had kids groups, women's groups, Bible studies, everything going on. The music was amazing. They had like a full band and real singers and graphics and everything. But I didn't feel, no offence to these churches, I don't want to kind of put these churches down, but I didn't feel necessarily the presence of the Holy Spirit in those churches, where in my small little church, I really do. Like pretty much every week I feel the presence of the Holy Spirit there, and those people, I don't know, they feel like family. So although I would love to go to a church that has all of the kind of frills and everything, at the end of the day you go there to fellowship with other Christians and worship God and learn about him. And I just think as long as that is prominent in church and relationship with Jesus as the centre, then I'm quite happy going to my small church. Plus it's where my parents go still, and you know, it's like I say, it's got that family vibe. So yeah, all I can say is that if you would love to start going to church, then you absolutely should, and you will get a feel for it. Like, the people there should be super welcoming. They should greet you and come over and talk to you and make you feel part of the family. And if they don't, then I would say don't go back to that church. Go to one where you are able to get into fellowship with people and sense the Holy Spirit there and learn about God. Okay, next one. What is your favourite holiday, favourite season, and favourite liturgical season? I don't know how to say that. Okay, so my favourite holiday... That's a tough one. I love Christmas, of course, but I also find that quite stressful, and I don't really love the idea of going out and spending loads of money on toys for my children who already have loads of toys and don't need any more. It kind of really gets my goat a little bit. So I would probably say my favourite holiday is the summer holidays. You know, when we have that big break, like here in the UK we have 6 weeks off in the summer, and you just get to spend all that time with the kids. I mean, actually I'm saying you get 6 weeks off. I get 6 weeks off as a teacher. A lot of people don't get 6 weeks off in the summer, but I'm very privileged to have that. So yeah, I would say the summer holidays are probably my favourite because the weather is nice and I just get to spend all that time with the kids, and we get to go places and spend time with family, and usually have a little holiday break in there as well, like to Centre Parks or somewhere like that. So yeah, I would say the summer is my favourite holiday season, and I would also say the summer is my favourite season. I love autumn as well. Summer is my favourite. Liturgical season. Let me just Google what this is. I know it's got something to do with the Bible and religion. Advent, Christmas, Ordinary Time, Lent, Easter. Okay, I would go Christmas for that. What are some of your favourite Christian YouTubers? Okay, I absolutely love to watch Delilah Lepke. I think she is great. She's very honest. She doesn't hide how she's feeling, if she's feeling down, and I love how encouraging she is when she's feeling positive and when she's learning things. She's more of a motherhood YouTuber, but she completely puts God in there, and I love that about her. I also love Celeste Ryan Mann. I think she is amazing, and she's trying so hard to do a YouTube while she's got this little baby boy, and yeah, she always shares wonderful things about God. So I really like her. I love Coffee and Bible Time, of course. I think they're one of my all-time favourite channels because I just learn a lot from them. I also like Milena Ciciotti, Kristen John, she's a Christian. Kind of like watching Christians but who are showing their real life as well, not just Christian content, which is why I try and incorporate a bit of real life as well, and it's not just all sit down Christian videos. It is quite hard to relate to some YouTubers because they obviously have a lot of money, like Kristen and Marcus Johns must be millionaires when you see their house that they've just bought, and you can't really watch them and relate to their lives. But you know, I like Kyan Wolfgang. I feel like she is very honest, and you really see her growth journey in becoming a Christian on her channel, and I just think she's doing such a good job and I like watching her. I can't think of any more, but I'm sure there's more, but those are kind of my favourites. Do you have any Bible on your wish list? No, at the minute I actually don't. I've got a lot of Bibles. I don't really have a Bible wish list. I just go to the store. I just like to kind of browse and look at them all and then choose while I'm there. I don't really do a lot of searching, although there is one that I really do like. It's just a simple Bible. I think it's like a Daily Grace Core one. You'll have seen it because it's like really popular. Loads of people have it. It's called the Sierra, but the only thing is it comes in ESV and it's not my favourite translation. I really do like that one, and I've always wanted that one. It's like a smaller version of the Bible, but I just wish it wasn't in the ESV. How did you and your husband meet? Okay, we met on an app, which I find so strange to this day that I actually met my husband on an app, because I would never ever go on a dating app typically. But me and my friend were on a speech and language course at work, and she was telling me about this app, and she was like, we need to go on it. It wasn't Tinder or anything like that. I can't even remember what it was called. It was like way back before Tinder was even a thing. Anyway, we were on this course and we were so bored, and she was like, oh, let's go on this app and see if there's anybody on there that we know. So we went on there and we were just browsing through it, and I created a profile and stuff just to, you know, have a little play on it. And then the next thing I know, Dan, my husband, was messaging me asking me what I taught. So I'd had a few people messaging me on there, but it felt very like it was a copy and pasted message that they'd just sent out to everybody. But with Dan, I liked it because he took time to read what I'd written in the profile. So I'd only written like literally like my age, where I was from, but I liked that he actually asked me, so what he wrote, so what do you teach? So I answered him, and then we just got talking, and then we were talking for about 6 to 8 weeks, and he invited me on a date. So we just went to our local city and we had a quick bite to eat, and I really liked him. We just started seeing each other more and more from there, and then he asked me to be his girlfriend, and the story goes from there. So yeah, we met on a dating app, which still baffles me to this day that that's how I met my husband, because I'd never thought that would ever happen. Like all of the boyfriends I had in the past I'd known before we started seeing each other, where Dan was just this random guy that popped up on the internet. But yeah, that's how we met. Okay, I'm gonna go dry my hair now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for asking your questions, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Watch me under the light, so keep me in your